Good morning. It is July 12th, 10 o'clock. I call this county commission meeting to order. As you can see, President Hawkins is not here. He's at an event, and he's allowed the two of us to continue to run the meeting. So at this time, I ask for a moment of silent meditation and rise, and then a pledge to the flag. Thank you. Thank you. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. At this time, we will now have consents and approval. Annette?
Morning.
Morning.
We have 97 exoneration listings for $54,416.38, 7 requests for 2017 replacement tickets in a total of $19,436.34. We have minutes to approve for May the 17th, May 24th, 31st, June 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th, and July the 5th. Vouchers for General County, 146, 571.82, 911, 1682.59, Chestnut Ridge Park, 2732.58, Camp Muffley, 3060.63, Mason-Dixon Park, 3735.61, Fire Levy, $75,035.55, Recreation Levy, $62,327.96, Reallocated Coal, $20,000, Assessor's Valuation, $5,774.06, Morgantown Industrial TIF, $217.84, Purchasing card vouchers for General County, $64,557.39, 911, $245.72, Chestnut Ridge Park, $572.47, Camp Muffley, $1,666.69, Mason-Dixon Park, $218.60, Assessor's Valuation, $12,525.29, for a voucher total of $400,924.80. We have transfers from to General County from dog tax in the amount of $63,483.54. Magistrate Court to General County, $59,295. Home Confinement Fund to General County, $131,930.39, and the payroll account to General County, $1604.18, for a transfer total of $256,313.11. We have budget revisions. The coal severance fund for the fiscal year carryover. The carryover ended up being $193,580. So we're asking for $420 to increase $425 other buildings, utilities by $10,000, and contingency $699, $183,580. Position vacancies for boards and authorities. Board of Zoning Appeals for the Western Planning District, Planning Commission, and the Historic Landmarks Commission. Fiduciary orders for July 12th, 2017, and the second quarter status report for Fiduciary Commissioner George Armistead.
Thank you.
Move for approval?
Second. It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It passes. Okay, we are at introduction of new employees and personnel changes. Is there any one there? Okay, seeing none, it's summer. Comments from the public. Is anyone interested in speaking in front of the public? We're moving quickly. Okay. It is now time for grants. Colleen Kuhn.
I don't have anything for you to say this week.
Oh my gosh, this is okay. Moving forward. Oh, good. I see Sheriff Perry Palmer here and Kelly Palmer, and I'd appreciate if you would step forward and talk a little bit about clarification of the delinquent taxes and explain what's going on. I think that I appreciate you coming today.
A week or so ago, there was an article in the paper referenced delinquent taxes from 2015.
Yeah.
So with Kelly's help, we checked back, and we want to make sure that it's not a misunderstanding. For 2015, there was approximately $6 million delinquent taxes past due. That was the beginning number before the tax sale, before we sent out letters, before we. So as of July 12th of this year, out of this a little bit over $6 million, there's only $99,000 that has not been collected. And we'll be still going after that money until December of this year. So that's a little bit misleading. So I hope that clarifies, Ben, with you that, for an article, that we are adamant about collecting taxes, and we're going to continue to collect them.
Wait, did you have any comments?
Yeah, one other point, and Kelly, I think you spoke to this in that meeting, so I'm not really sure how these numbers got twisted. Though, when you look at the $8 million number for 2016 and the $6 million number for 2015, yes, that number is up $2 million, but in the whole scheme of things, there are less uncollected in 2016 that are, I'm delinquent at this time than there were in last year as a percentage of all taxes collected.
Right, and the other, and I did a little more research, it's the personal property that you can see is where the, comparatively, there was a larger increase.
Right.
Was in personal property, so I did a little research. There are 2 tickets that are involved in litigation that have not been paid. Those were paid in 15. They paid those 2 tickets in 15. They were not paid in 16. We also have a large company that is in bankruptcy. They were able to pay the first half in 15. So, and that ticket was almost $700,000. So that makes up for about $775,000 of that increase, about $500,000 of that increase. It's different circumstances that are causing those numbers to be elevated. But as a whole, you're right, the tickets and the amount uncollected is pretty much in line with what it had been before.
Yeah, because you have it at the bottom of your sheet, increase in taxes is 8.47, that's
Right.
overall, but an increase in delinquency is 2%.
Correct.
So I'm not really sure where the information in the editorial came from, but it was way off base.
Right. I think and I'm only from what I read, and is when we presented this as delinquent property, that just meant that it was past due.
Yeah.
At the time, and this was just a comparative as to past dues in 16 as they were to 15, but we have collected through 15. I mean, we're even still collecting as far back as 2006.
Yeah, and that's the important
So-
part, is
Yeah.
that $6 million number, it's impressive, there's only 99,000 left.
Right.
So you guys are doing your job in collecting taxes, it's just not 6 million delinquent, oh
Right.
well, let's move on.
Right.
And we wanted you to come to clarify, because I think most people don't realize, if you don't get the money in by, it's at the end of March, you require them to put it in the paper and the delinquent, and that's when a lot of people realize they haven't paid, and then you send your letters out. But I just did the calculations, and basically $99,000 delinquent is actually only 1.65% not collected, that is delinquent, which you're going after. So I wanted to clarify that. So just so the newspaper understood and the public understood that you're doing your due diligence, it wasn't 6 months, it's just that was past due. And that's, it's confusing sometimes, and that's why we wanted to make sure that that was cleared up.
And the other thing to remember is real estate will always be made whole because we do a tax lien sale. There will
Oh.
never be any unpaid real estate because we sell,
Whatever.
we sell a lien against those properties for the amount of taxes due, and sometimes in excess if there's a bidding war, but real estate will always be made whole. It's the
Right.
personal property that we have to.
And we wanted you to
go
come
after.
forward because it was
Sure.
important, just to clarify so the public knows that we are going after everyone and doing a great job, and we appreciate the public who is also paying their dues.
Sure.
Too.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Right.
very
Thanks.
much.
Thank you.
Correspondence.
I had one item that came in yesterday. It's a letter from Timothy DeFazio, and he is the general manager for WDTV. And they are proceeding with the FCC market modification, and he's requesting that the commission, if possible, talk to the media regarding getting letters of support from residents who support them changing the market for satellite TV, so that we can have the local channels on satellite TV. And we've got some talking points here that we can release to the newspaper and the radio if possible, and then hopefully we can get some letters of support so they can accompany their application to the FCC.
I think it'd be important just to act as the catalyst to get that out to the public. And again, it is only for satellite, right?
Satellite,
Satellite
correct.
only, but at least you start there, then we can possibly go from there. But no, I think it's worth getting it to the media, and they are here, and get that information out so if people want to write letters. Do they write it to us or to them? That was the only.
They write it to us,
And
and
then we
then
refer
we'll,
'em.
yes.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That's the only correspondence that I have.
Okay. Unfinished business. Do we have any unfinished business? Okay. Going to new business, consideration of approving requisition number 3 for the West Virginia Department of Transportation, Division of Highways Cost Reimbursement for the I-79 Exit 153 Interchange Project.
The requisition is in the amount of $2,366,965.19.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval?
Second? Is there any discussion? Does anyone want to explain anything, or? No? Okay, call.
I've
the-
reviewed the requisition and everything seems to be in order.
Great. Okay, with that, call for the question. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It passes. Okay, B, consideration of requisition number 10 for the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District sub-account.
The requisition is in the amount of $131,552.06, and this is increment that was created by the district that will be used to pay debt service on the bonds.
Okay.
Move for approval?
Second. So clarifying, it is a successful TIF district, and it is helping to pay off the bonds
Yes.
early. Good. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It passes. Fantastic. Okay, we're now at reports from elected officials. Are there any elected officials who would like to say anything? Okay. Seeing none. Reports from county commissioners. Sean?
Okay. It's been a really busy week with meetings. Last week I had a number of meetings. It seems like from Thursday on, we had everything stacked up. On Thursday, we had our Development Authority MAP Director applicant evaluation, or interviews. We interviewed 4 candidates for the open director position, and hopefully we'll make a recommendation at the Development Authority meeting tomorrow. Also, Thursday night, I went to the Mason-Dixon Historical Park meeting, and that was very interesting. They've got a lot going on in preparation for their 250-year anniversary. They also passed out some information on, Ethan was there for the Clay District Fair, which is next week, so they gave me this nice book if you want to look through it. They gave me a couple copies of the brochure if we can set them out for people to hand, or anybody wants any. Yesterday, we had the Monongalia, the Morgantown area partnership meeting. I don't know what else you want to call that. That's that organization. It's kind of looking at consolidating all the nonprofits.
Right.
And that was my first meeting. I walked in thinking it was an hour-long meeting. It was 3 hours of just pouring through all this detail. So it was pretty interesting. I did ask that they get in touch with you, Renetta, to schedule a work session so that they can explain it to the whole commission. And also, they're going to go reach out to the municipalities so they can also explain to them to put some information out there in the public, because right now all it's there's a lot of confusion about what is actually going on. So we're going to be meeting with them soon. Tomorrow I have the Red Team meeting for the airport project in the morning, and then Development Authority meeting, and then in the afternoon I will have that meeting with the Health Department and the CBB. So Susan and I will be meeting with the president of the Board of Health and Dr. Smith.
Good.
And that's it.
Okay, great. Couple things, I can't remember if I said it last week, but Monday night, the board of the Pantry Plus More has adopted North Elementary, so that'll be our 6th pantry program, and we're looking for a 7th. There's a possibility we could do one more. But that'll be 6 schools that will start in August that will have pantries in the schools. Second, Granville is willing to host next Wednesday evening the community leadership program. It's at the Marriott, is it? It's at the Marriott over there in Granville. So that will, hopefully, we'll have an agenda with some items, and we'll have some new members there from Morgantown, so I hope they show up. I have a correspondence, and this is directed to Sheriff Palmer, a very positive situation. My wife yesterday went to the dementia program that was put on by, I don't know, the hospital, so on, and there was Mr. Officer Bice and 2 individuals who talked about the program that they offer, and one of the big questions was asked, because there were several people from Greene County where my wife's father's from, they do not offer that program. But I want you to know that the information that they passed on was exceptional. My wife came back and gave me a whole liturgy of what is going on. So I want you to know that that program is really well received. There was about 50 doctors there who were getting that information too. So I just want you to know that's an excellent program, and they did a great job, and my wife wanted to pass that on to you because she said that the meeting was really worthwhile. Besides that, I don't believe we have anything else that I can think of. Is there anything else? Then look to move to adjourn.
To adjourn?
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.